Hi guys, hello and welcome along to another monthly Market Watch video. And what a month we've got. May is typically a month where we see a lot of big moves, and this month has started exactly the same. In fact, we've actually started a little bit earlier, around a week earlier than what we typically expect to see the moves that we're getting now in May. But that's still slap bang within our seasonal window. And what I'm referring to here, we just start off with our performance heat map on our site. You'll see straight away the big sea of red here, where we've got all our major currencies, and you can see all in the red, all in the minus, and particularly Kiwi and Aussie tend to be the biggest, and they are actually the biggest months of the year for those currencies. On the other side of that, somebody has to be benefiting, and we do have the US dollar in there with the second best performing month of the year. To put that into a little bit of context, just to show you what that actually means, this is what we're looking at here at the moment. This is the section that we're looking at. This is the seasonal pattern of the US dollar, and this is the month of May, and that's what we're looking at. Right at this low here, right slap bang at the end of April, we tend to run through towards either the mid or the end of May, and it's really kicked off. You can see how strong that typically actually is. Really kicks in, and that's exactly what we're seeing at the moment. We'll look at a few of the others. You can see as well on the other side of this strong strength from the dollar, the negativity in the Australian dollar. Start off with the pound as well, but doesn't typically be as strong until a little bit later. But definitely there's weakness there. Weakness as well on the side of Canadian dollar, euro the same, Japanese yen, Mexican peso, and the other one was said about the big figure. One of the weakest markets is the New Zealand dollar. You see how strong and swift that is, but interestingly, you see we're not that far away from lows. A few of these markets tend to put in lows towards the mid to end of May, and we'll take a look at those as we go through. Now, what does that actually mean on our charts? Here's the chart of the dollar index. This is a daily chart of the dollar index, and you'll see the move that we've got. It's really kicked off through here already. You see the momentum in there, so typically doing exactly what we would generally see in the month of May. I'd say we started about a week early, and that's exactly what we've done. We started a few days earlier than what we want. Typically there's the midpoint there I've marked on with this green line is where the middle buy point. We just kicked off about a week early, so we're slap bang in the middle of that bullish window seasonally for the dollar, and you'll see the red line here is typically when that seasonal period comes to an end. So we can move nicely towards the upside and look for either possibly a double top up here, and then look for some weakness. That would be an ideal scenario of that. The same thing applies to the euro chart of the euro here again, and you can see there's the sell date for the euro just kicked off a little bit early, and we're looking for a run down to coincide. There's no obvious level just lit until we get a little bit lower, so we'll see how price action goes over the next few weeks, but definitely looking to stay short on that. The two I wanted to sort of focus on is because of the big weakness on those, the Australian dollar and the Kiwi. We're breaking through a lot of major resistance through here, so we're looking to stay short. A lot of momentum so far, so it's not really suiting end of day traders. Intraday, 4-hour, hourly, working really nice. So if you are trading those time frames, you're doing really well, and looking to stay lower. We definitely can see the buy point, this green line through here, isn't for another couple of weeks, so we've still got room in this, as do we in the Kiwi. Following nicely again, just like the rest, kicked off about a week early, but there's lots of room down through here, and we've got time until we get to that buy point. So there's lots of room and lots of potential for further weakness. Say with regards to the actual buy points of these, I just want to go over onto our market forecast report I put together at the beginning of the year. It's still available on Amazon if you want to take a look, but I want to look at this because it highlights the actual dates. You see typically the date here on the Kiwi dollar is 13th of May, so typically the one that actually bottoms to first. So around the 13th of May is as the green line that I have marked on that chart just in there. So interesting to see what sort of price action we have, possibly even towards these lows. Very easily could accelerate down to that lows to around that date. The other one to keep an eye on, we scroll up through here, you'll see the Australian dollar a little bit later. 21st of May is the buy date, historical buy date for a nice low, looking for a rally through the summer. And a few of the others, say a British pound isn't as clean, but nicely the euro. We're looking for typically a buy. The date on here was typically around the 22nd, 23rd. So there's a few very interesting markets We're very much bearish on major currencies looking to buy dollar and sell pretty much every other major currency against the dollar, and looking for buy points towards the end of the month. But there's still plenty of room to the downside on those. If you want to keep up to date with how we're going to action these and how we're actually going to deal, we're looking for shorts and looking for ideally, hopefully looking for the longs on the other side as well for through the summer. You can keep up to date through our new MMC TV as well. With weekly webinars through there, we'll go into a little bit more detail. But for now, guys, I wish you well. Stay long dollar. Hopefully we get some swings in there to allow us to get into some more positions. But for now, yeah, stay long dollar, stay short metals as well, gold, silver, copper, palladium, platinum. They typically bearish through this period as well in towards the latter part of May and early June. Okay guys, happy trading. I will talk to you again in the beginning of June.